The ability to identify and capitalize on market opportunity is essential to attain and maintain your competitive advantage in business.
Gary Thompson, the sales communication professional, best-selling author and private equity investor, says, master the client conversion ladder and optimize your business success. He continues, many rising stars in business try to get from A to Z in a split second in the client conversion journey. That approach will set you up for frustration, time, money, and effort being wasted. The alphabet has 26 letters. Each letter has great significance in words formation and in human expression. The client conversion process has many steps, and when these steps are overlooked, it negatively influences your ability to attract and communicate with the ideal client. You must invest in breaking through the know, like, and trust barriers that allow you to win in business. He went on to say, the first step in your client conversion journey begins with relationships. 1. Fill the relationship gaps. 2. Leverage relationships to overcome client rejection. 3. And position your brand to stand out in the market. Gary wants you to be successful and invites you to call us today to help you master the client conversion ladder, optimize your brand recognition, and increase the cash flow of your business.
The big question is, how does one begins to identify market opportunities? In today's program, I will highlight 5 important concepts that you need to consider when you're attempting to identify market opportunities. And we will do a deep dive into one of these concepts so as to ensure that you get the idea, you get the message. But just before we get into today's program, I want you to think about this scenario. In many cases, we have locals that are looking for opportunities, and sometimes the opportunities is right in front of them. But because they are trained to see life through a particular lens, they're not seeing those opportunities. On the other hand, you have FDIs, foreign direct investors, that comes in and they begin to see these opportunities and they begin to capitalize on these opportunities that position them to make hundreds of thousands, millions, if not billions of dollars from those opportunities that exist. The question again that you want to ask yourself, why this is happening? Is it only because of the lens in which FDIs are seeing the opportunities, or are there more factors that are influencing what is happening? Now, I want to encourage you to stay with me throughout this series because I will examine the reasons why nationals and foreign direct may see things through different lenses. You will understand the reasons for this and so much more. So moving forward, you have a clear mental picture as to what are those practical steps that you can take to identify market opportunities, to capitalize on market opportunities, to position yourself as the market leader, and position yourself to make massive amount of disposable income for your business. Now, in starting this series, we begin by looking at market viability in the context of the SWOT analysis. For those who are not familiar with the SWOT analysis represents 4 important concepts. It represents 1, strengths. You need to understand your strengths. It identifies weaknesses. You need to know your weaknesses and be working constantly to eliminate your weaknesses in business. Because if you don't do this, the competition is going to swallow you up. You need to understand opportunities. Today, we want to do that deep dive into practical steps that you can take to identify market opportunities. And in some future time, we will be looking at threats. You need to understand threats that exist in the market and how to position yourself to defend against threats. In today's program, we are going to be looking at opportunities. Now, as we look at market opportunities that you can leverage, there are several things for you to consider. How does one begins to identify market opportunities? The 5 headings that I'm about to give, I want you to pay very close attention to them because they may very well set you up for success. In looking at market opportunities, one of the first things that you can consider is emerging markets. What exactly is an emerging market? We will discuss that as we go into today's program. You need to keep your eyes on technological advancement because technological advancement may give you the technological advantage. Is that an opportunity? You need to start training the mind to see things through this lens. Third, there is change in consumers' behavior. And change in consumer behavior can come from many different factors. Do you understand those factors that are creating changes? Now, if you understand those factors that are creating changes, it's going to help you now to understand the demand pull for those consumers. And based on those demand pull, you can now position the business to innovate products and services in alignment with the specific needs, wants, and expectation that the change is creating. Fourth, you have regulatory changes. Now, there are regulatory changes that may occur because of emerging markets that may benefit businesses. So you need to keep your eyes and your ears on regulatory changes that are being established to benefit businesses. Perhaps you might have something like state intervention to foster agriculture, to foster new innovation and technology, and you have government sponsorship. So there's a new policy in relation to this where all businesses that are going to be starting along this line is going to be exempted from tax. All right, it's going to be given capital to drive development along the specific policy areas. So you need to keep your eyes and ears open for all of this because these are all present opportunities from a business perspective that will allow you to make massive amount of money. Fifth, you also have strategic partnership or alliances. Now, one of the things that we talk about, and I'm just going to be brief on this, with strategic partnership, it is one of the strategies that can be used to help you to quickly rise above challenges. And I mean any challenges. The possibility exists that you're in business, but you need a bigger market share, but you don't have the research expertise, you don't have the marketing expertise within the organization. You can do a vertical or horizontal collaboration. And through that strategic partnership, you are now able to integrate your MVO, your minimum or most viable offer, across various economic systems. The possibility exists that you're in business and you have a strong MVO, a viable minimum or most viable offer. Research tells you this, data tells you this, but that you don't have the capital to move that vision forward. Perhaps partnering with private equity investors can be the springboard that you need to take your vision to the next level. So this is strategic partnership. So all of these are things that we will be examining over a period of time. All right. So today I want us to go a little deeper into emerging markets. What exactly is emerging market and why does emerging market influences market opportunities? Let me begin by explaining what is an emerging market. Emerging markets are rapidly developing economies, and many changes are taking place in those rapidly developing economies. Because of all the changes that are taking place, you need to be aware of them because it is your ability to be aware of the changes that is taking place in the rapidly developing economy is going to really position you to capitalize on the opportunities when they present themselves. Now, what are some of those changes that are likely to occur in rapidly developing economies? One, you may have change in economic policies. Two, you may have opening up of economies. Three, you may have change in social ideologies. Four, you might have strong capital markets, demand for strong capital market, and possibly you have more, capital mix being introduced into the market. You're going to have higher demand for safety and security because development is taking place, wealth is being created, and people need more safety and more security. And new market shares. These are all changes. The possibility exists that you might have had a small market, but because of the boom in the economic system, you have new markets that you can capitalize on. That's more market share for you. More market share for you means that there is more clientele base. More clientele base means that there's more income coming into the operation, more profits. And I guess you're going to the bank with a bigger smile on your face. So all of these changes are what are taking place in an emerging economy. And that is why it is so important to keep your eyes and your ears focused on emerging economies and the opportunities that are likely to occur in an emerging economy. Now, what I want to do, because we're just doing a high level overview today, I want to take some of those changes that is taking place in an emerging economy and really examine them a little bit to really identify some of those factors that are forcing the change. One of the first changes that I spoke about is change in economic policies. What are those factors that are forcing the change? Now, one of the things that happens in rapidly developing economies is that you have, when you have sharp minds in business that are constantly looking for opportunities to grow and scale their personal and corporate brand, they know where to look. And emerging markets are just one of the places in which these sharp and great minds look for opportunities. And very often, the persons looking there, yes, local, but then you also have FDIs, foreign direct investors, that are combing the globe for opportunities, depending on their comfort level to invest. And what happens when you have FDIs coming into local territories looking for opportunities? It's business, right? It's a free enterprise, and they're looking for opportunities. But what happens? Now, it creates a glut or oversupply of FDIs. And when that happens, when you have a lot of FDIs coming in, it creates some degree of discomfort for locals, especially local entrepreneurs who want to capitalize on the opportunities themselves. Some may be at a disadvantage. For example, they have many locals that may be seeing some of those opportunities, but because of limited access to resources, they are not able to capitalize on that. On the flip side of this, you have FDIs that are coming with a tremendous amount of resources. They're coming with the knowledge resource. They're coming with the technological resources. They're coming with the capital resources. They're coming with all of this. So because of the fact that they are better equipped to capitalize on the opportunities, if there are no policy change to protect locals, they are likely to, fully capitalize on this. So there are likely to be policy changes fostering partnership and collaboration. That is not a bad thing. But these are opportunities that you need to look for in emerging markets, because it is these opportunities, it is these realities that can set you up to make massive amounts of money. You're going to find that you're going to have also, policy, economic changes and changes in economic policies, not only because FDIs are going to capitalize on the opportunity, but there will be a need by the national leaders to protect local economic interests at the economic level, but also protect the interests of locals. So there is a national issue here that represents state assets, and there's also a community issue here that represents the people that lives in the country. So there may be a policy changes along these lines. You need to understand all of this and how to up-level these type of data to capitalize on money-making opportunities for your business.
Elevate your business with 10X Branding and Marketing LLC. Our expert team specializes in enhancing your brand's visibility and connecting you with your ideal clients. We employ strategies that increase reach, leaving a lasting impact and driving client conversion. Trust and credibility are vital in businesses and excel in building them even with a limited budget. Our cost-effective approaches ensure you get the best results without overspending. Ready to boost your business cash flow? Contact us at 332-235-T99 and let 10X Branding and Marketing LLC guide you to success. Our focus is on elevating your visibility, which directly translates to growth. Experience the power of effective branding and marketing with us and witness your business thrive.
The last point that I'm going to raise here is collaborative economies and advocacy. Because of the policy changes, you're going to have collaborative economies and advocacy groups being established to give representation to essential stakeholders. That too can be a significant opportunity to make money on, because you may have a knowledge pool that can play an effective role in fostering collaborative economies and advocating, not one against the other, but advocating for cohesion to take place. And because that might be your negotiation skill, is that an opportunity for you to capitalize on in the context of business, in the context of making money? Yes, it is. It is important that you be aware of some of those changes that are taking place in an emerging economy and things to look for, because the possibility exists that if you're not trained to see things through these lenses, all of this will be happening, but they're happening way above your head. All right. And because they're happening way above your head, it's an opportunity loss, not an opportunity gain. Now, you may have also opening up of economies, and because you have the opening up of economies, several things happen. You have knowledge transfer and knowledge leverage. And this is something that is very unique, because the economy is opening up. You are having FDIs establishing their operation locally. They are leveraging local talent. They are retraining local talent. That in itself create knowledge transfer, particularly so in areas where the industries are being established that is new to the local market. You have a massive knowledge transfer. We see these type of transfer take place in the telecommunication sector. We see these type of knowledge transfer take place in manufacturing sector, in a range of different sectors. All of this is possible. And are you trained to see all of this as an opportunity? There are many persons may see trained to see all of this as a disadvantage to locals. But are there opportunities in this? Is there a different lens in which you can see this and still protect local interests? All right. There are several other things that are taking place. You have capital transfer and capital leverage. Let us suppose that you are now in the financial market space and you are now aware of these new emerging economies where rapid development is taking place, and you feel a sense of security in terms of exporting your capital to these countries to support in the developmental process. It creates tremendous opportunities for you and to make money. And here is where you get capital transfer and capital leverage. The possibility exists. It don't have to be a mega organization, but it could be an individual who has high net worth, and you have the risk appetite to take your capital into, an emerging economy after you would have examined risk mitigation factors, and you see that there is a way to make money and opportunities present itself. And this is how wealth is created. Wealth doesn't just come and drop in your lap. They are great minds. They are wealth managers. They are people who are well versed and well trained to look at opportunities, market opportunities, that are looking at these moving parts, that are looking at this, realities, and they are making an informed and highly educated decision based on what the data is saying. And in looking at opportunities for business, there's so much out there. But if you're not seeing it through the right lens, there's a challenge. And I want to say something here. There's a saying that seeing is believing. That is true and that is false. Because very often the things that you see with your eyes, you don't fully understand it. You don't fully understand the process that is leading to the end results. You just see with your eyes that the building went up. You just see with your eyes that Tom is a millionaire. You just see with your eyes these things are happening, but the process to make it happen, you don't understand it. You're seeing with the wrong lens. But when you understand things at a deeper level, you understand it based on mindset. That's a different level of playing the game, because mindset, you have SOPs, you have standard operating procedures, you have systems, you have strategies, you have the mindset to move a process forward. And when you're being trained to see opportunities, market opportunities, you need to know how to combine both of these things, eyesight and mindset. Mindset is data driven, and you need the data that is going to allow you to make informed and highly educated business decisions when it comes to identifying market opportunities. So in terms of the opening up of economies, you're going to have skills transfer and skills leverage. You're going to have technology transfer and technology leverage. And this is an important, talking point. All of them are important talking points. You might be in an economy that has poor technology, but there are technological development and advancement that exists in the world. And because knowledge site is telling you that, mindset is telling you that, data is telling you that in adopting this technology to your organization, you're able to reduce the cost of getting a process done. You're able to reduce the time in getting a process done, and you're able to increase the output. So what is that can do for your consumers is can help them to increase speed and efficiency, reduce time waste, and increase profitability. So by adopting this technology, it creates the opportunity for you to have the competitive advantage. So these are opportunities that sometimes exist right in front of you, but because you're seeing things through the wrong lens, it undermines your ability and capabilities to capitalize on these opportunities, these money-making opportunities. This happens all the time. And that's why I give that scenario with the locals and the FDIs. And there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. Perhaps the FDIs are in a more advantageous position because in most cases, the FDIs that are coming to locals, they are coming from developed economies that have decades of experience as a developed economy. And in most cases where you find locals that are in emerging economies that are looking for opportunities and perhaps not seeing it, it's the reason they're not necessarily seeing all that they're supposed to be seeing is because they don't have the experience. They have that knowledge gap. They have that experience gap. So when the FDI comes in, they're able to do that national scan of the economy, and they're seeing strengths, they're seeing weaknesses, they're seeing opportunities, and they're seeing threats. They're seeing all of it. Just like an eagle go to fly in, they fly in and they capitalize on the opportunities, all right, because they're seeing a whole lot of weaknesses, all right, they're seeing a whole lot of opportunities, and because of this, they're seeing things through that a new, different lens because they have the knowledge, they have the experience, they have the wherewithal to leverage this to their advantage. Hence, again, the need for policy changes so that when they fly in, they're not just taking out everything. They're collaboration, so there are some filtering down of the gain to local nationals. All right, so hence the reason for those changes. But I'm saying to you that when you want to win in business, you cannot afford to just see things through one lens because there are market forces that are influencing market changes. All right, in the positive and in the negative. You want to be the subject matter expert in business that understand the forces that are influencing the end results. You're not looking at the symptoms, you're looking at the causes. One of the reasons that you fail in business is because you're trained directly or indirectly to look at the symptom. You want to be trained to understand the root causes, the changes that are taking place. Because to put yourself in this position to understand the root causes is where you are really able to get the high reward, is where you're really able to get the measurable results, the predictable outcome with the highest degree of accuracy. Now, let's look at this a little bit more. Let us take into consideration that in an emerging economy, you have massive road infrastructure that is going to be taking place, and that is in their blueprint. You have a lot of foreign direct investors are coming in, so there's going to be greater demand for housing accommodation. So there are going to be massive investment into perhaps luxury homes. So all of these developments are going to be taking place. So let us say when you look at that blueprint, you see all of this is going to be taking place. What does that say to you in terms of market opportunity? It is telling you that a group of people, because of an emerging economy taking off, rapid development that is taking place, they have a mindset, and the mindset is to foster growth and development. And you want to be aware of this because you want to see these things as opportunities that you can capitalize on. But if you are not seeing through this lens, the opportunity will present itself and continue to present itself, and it will always pass you by because you're not trained to see things through these lenses. And I'm giving a high level overview here today. So there's so much for us to get into on this particular subject matter and how you position yourself to see opportunities, market opportunities. And I want to show you that I haven't even touched 1% of the content of information that we have to go into here. But these are important concepts for you to look at when you are in business and you want to identify opportunities to grow and scale the business, to cash flow optimize. These are all important concepts for you to look at. Now, today I spent some time looking at market opportunities in the context of emerging markets and why looking at emerging markets is so important in the context of identifying market opportunities. And market opportunities is what you need because it's from these market opportunities you can be a change agent. You can contribute to that change process. You can accelerate the pace in which economies wants to transform. And at the same time, you can position yourself to make a massive amount of money for yourself. So we will continue to do some deep dive into this program. And I really trust that you would have enjoyed today's program. And again, my name is Gary Thompson. I do encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. And I see you in the next broadcast.
10X Branding and Marketing LLC, powering the next generation of unicorns. At 10X B&M LLC, we specialize in market research, brand innovation, market integration, and client conversion optimization. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing the strategic insights and innovative solutions needed to accelerate growth and unlock your company's full potential. Whether you're a startup looking to attract investors and your ideal clients, or an established business ready for market expansion, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Let 10X Branding and Marketing LLC fuel your journey to exceptional business success. Contact us now for a free consultation on how we can position your business to become a unicorn.